milk contract prices have dropped again in the latest global dairy trade auction around overnight. Garth Bray from Business Desk, I should say, is here with the numbers. Garth, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan. Yeah.
Back again.
Yeah, 8th in a row, which is not great. I mean, we were probably expecting this. I think some of the futures trading ahead of this suggested that the prices were going to drop, but probably by quite a lot more than they expected. You saw whole milk falling, I think, 2.4%. That's the one that we really sort of priced a lot of, the success of New Zealand's export market.
It's a big earner, isn't it?
23% fall from the peak back in May. And a big drop in butter prices fetched. They were down about 35% from their peak in May this year, right? US butter exports to China are way up, apparently, over 163% for the year. So they're busy. Everybody's getting in on the game. Ditto for mozzarella, 35% drop there. Apparently, story I read out of the US, Americans are eating smaller pizzas with fewer toppings as a way to cut costs during the cost of living.
Interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of this, we've spoken about this before, Garth, is supply rather than demand. It's not like demand is really coming back.
Until today.
Right.
Weaker demand is what we were hearing in this one.
Okay.
And so I guess just there's plenty of inventory over there. There's still huge volumes. I think they still cleared something like 84 or 86% of what they were putting up for auction. But it's... some of that demand is coming back, and the indications there, I think, from some of the people that watch this really closely, saying unlikely to really build back up until Q1 of next year, when we'll have post-Christmas, after the Chinese or Lunar New Year, which is sort of last 2 weeks of February, and Ramadan, which is sort of February to mid-March. So
right.
At the end of all of that, then there's, the pantries are all cleared out globally.
People start stocking up again. So there's a seasonality thing here.
A little bit, yeah.
Potentially as well. Okay, interesting. We keep an eye on this every fortnight, happens by the way. Now, Black Friday, our busiest day retail-wise for the year, but not as good as last year?
Yeah, so it beat Easter, which is good, but at 55.6, call it 56 million for Black Friday. This is according to Worldline, which monitors quite a lot of the payments transactions there for merchants there. So it was ahead of Easter Saturday, but it was about 6.2% down on last year, and about 4.6 down if you consider the 3-day weekend, if you count, throw in sort of Saturday, Sunday. I mean, Black Friday is about a fortnight long these days, it feels like. But it just basically, Bruce Profit, who's with Worldline, saying, look, it just looks like budgets are still a little bit constrained. There's a little bit more spending on apparel, clothing and so on, which is good because that's been a bit lagging. But spending elsewhere, this is non-food spending, by the way, was generally down.
Yeah, okay. I reckon something else is going on here, Garth, that even when we have the money to spend, like even when people are, their behaviours have changed a bit.
Risk averse, right?
Risk averse.
And you've probably seen that in the primary sector. I mean, from what we're hearing, farmers were spending a lot more reducing debt rather than necessarily going out and making those big capital purchases.
We've just gone through this big, quite scary time, and we don't want to screw ourselves at the other. If something happens again, God forbid.
Yeah. Dry powder. People want a bit of dry powder.
Exactly.
To be able to put things out, and that's actually very sensible behaviour.
Now, unless you're buying Versace, of course, in which case, who cares? $1.4 billion.
They got a discount.
They did, you were saying, because of the tariffs.
Yeah, they reckon it was going to go for $1.6 billion US. So there you go, Black Friday special on luxury goods chains here.
Now, we've done good... Oh, that's right, the rates cap. So very quickly on the rates cap, the rating agencies are looking at this closely.
Yeah, Standards & Poor's provides ratings to about 20 councils, and it's going, oh, your rates cap, that's great, but if you limit the ability to increase revenue, what are you going to do? Are you really going to be able to cut your costs? They're very interested to see how this is going to play out, whether there is any special levies or other things, especially when councils for things like building consents are supposed to only charge cost recovery. They can't sort of make money off it, supposedly. And water and all that's off the table now as well. So they want to see about that. They also want to see just how the exemptions regime is going to work, because they have, it's called rates pegging, or rate pegs in Australia, New South Wales and Victoria. They peg the rates there, and governments get to set how much they can rise or fall by. And over there, I think only about 8 out of 128 New South Wales councils went for, hey, we want to bust through that and get a little bit more. And very few of them actually got it. So
they didn't like the pegging.
They don't know. They're not too sure about that. Yeah. I guess over there, those state governments tend to step in where the councils fall down. We don't have state governments here. We've just got councils and the government. So you can see where this is heading.
Certainly can. Garth, thank you for that. Garth Bray, Business Desk, and we talk business every day thanks to our partners, 2 Degrees.